Okay, we're back in part two, and so here's the image here. And what I would now do is I'll come over here and I'll rename my layers. Make sure you do that. And so maybe I'll just call this elect 1 for electrical 1. Now for cleanup, I don't want this brown frame that's going around this. So generally what I would do is I would take my stylus and I would go ahead and I would choose an eraser brush. You could also just come down here in your brush window over here, and you can choose one of the erasers and change your brush size, and you can just go ahead and manually trim. So you can see, let me go ahead and try that again. Okay, so you can see that I can just go ahead and manually trim, and I can take all the time that I need to do this. And there we go. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pause the video while I finish this up, and then I'll see when I'm done. Okay, so I'm back, and this is a much nicer, cleaner panel here. So I'm going to go ahead and bring in the next photo. So again, file open, and I'm going to go ahead and grab this guy right here. So what I could do is, again, I could select the whole thing and I could erase all this manually. The other thing I could do is I can come over here and Krita, and I can grab the rectangular selection tool, and I can just click and drag a selection box around what I want. I usually try to select more than I think I'll need, but I think this is pretty good right here. With that selected, I can then press edit copy, come over here and edit paste. So there it is there. I'll now go grab the transform tool just like I did before, hold down the shift key and drag it in. And let's see, I'm going to flip back to Blender, and again kind of figure out where I want it to go. So maybe I want it to go on this one right here. So I'm going to go ahead and put it, it's going to go right up here, and something like this. Now I could also, if I wanted to, I could also rotate it, so I could have it go vertical like this. So that might be kind of cool. Put it like that, and there we go. Okay, now again on this one, I would probably do a little bit of cleanup. It's so small that you're probably not going to see it, but we'll take a look. So all of the other faces are going to be like this as well. So let me just do one more here. I think it's number 5 is the one I want. Yep. Okay, so I want just this little bit here. So again, I'm going to do select all, copy it, come over here, paste it. It's ginormous. So I'll go ahead and scale it down. This one is the red button, so I want this to be on the top face, so I know that I want it up here, and I want it to be maybe about that size right there, like that. Okay, and what I'm going to do here is I'm going to show you how I do pretty fast cleanup. Now I could take the brush tool and I could manually erase, and that would work. I'm going to take the selection tool, and I'm going to take the rectangular selection tool, and I'm just going to drag a rectangle around what I want to get rid of. So you see how it's selecting all that yellow plaster, and then I'm just going to press the delete key. Oops, sorry, I have to press the small delete key. So on a Mac laptop, there's the big delete key, which is the backspace key, and then there's the small delete key. You want the small delete key. Okay, so now I'll say deselect. I'll go ahead and select another portion, something like that, small delete key. And so this does really speed things up. Now I'll still have to go in and do some manual erasing, but this does definitely make things go faster. Okay. So you can see, and it gives me a nice clean edge. And now what I can do is I can grab my brush tool and I can choose an eraser, and I can just go in and I can, I hate when Krita does that. It won't let me choose my brush, and I don't know why. There we go. Okay, so now I can go in and I can erase. So that's pretty much it. All you need to do now is just bring in all the rest of your photographs and then do a little bit of cleanup like I'm doing here. And you can do manual cleanup with your brushes and the eraser, or you can go ahead and you can use the select tool like I just demonstrated, or of course you can do a little bit of both. So once you get it and you're pretty happy with it, make sure you press save. Okay, I'm going to keep going here, and then I'll pick back up in a final third part.